So, correctable errors, that's our subject today. Let's get started. Greetings and welcome back to another episode of the Basketball Rules Expert, the show where we take National Federation of High School basketball rules, lift them off the printed page, breathe life into them, simplify, clarify, amplify, so that we can take them with us onto the basketball court where it's most important. Greetings again, everybody. My name is Greg Austin with abetterofficial.com. Been a high school basketball official for over a decade and have basketball rules expertise. This show is all about helping you on a journey to becoming a basketball rules expert as well. Before we get started, have to thank our fantastic show supporters: Michael Connors, Les O'Connor, Fred Thompson, Paul Clay, and Darwin Sanada. Much appreciated and much love. If you want to buy us a coffee, there'll be a link above and in the show notes below. All right, today we're continuing on Correctable Errors Week here at A Better Official. On Monday, we had the master class. There'll be a link above if you need it. But we don't want correctable errors in our game. We work hard. We try to do everything that we can to prevent, but we need to know how to adjudicate correctable errors in our game. Today, we're going to look at play scenarios. We're going to take them directly from the case book, right? Because in doing so, we can evaluate our ability to do all the things. When it comes to a correctable error situation, we have to say, okay, information has been presented to us. Either the table has said, hey, ref, this is a situation. Or one of the head coaches has taken advantage of their opportunity by rule to go to the table and say, I'm requesting a timeout so that the crew can evaluate whether a correctable error is about to happen or has happened. That is the head coach prerogative. So we're in the game. This gets presented to us, and we need to determine all the things. Is this an actual correctable error scenario? That's number one. Are we in the correctable error time frame and we have the opportunity to correct, right? Correctable errors by rule are defined. There is a time frame that is specifically defined, and if it is a correctable error scenario, it must be rectified and remedied within the time frame, or else by rule, we cannot make the change. So we're presented that we need to be detectives, as it were. We're piecing together bits of the case to see, to see who done it. Let's take a look at our very first play scenario. The score is tied with 3 seconds remaining in the final period. A1 is fouled and given a 1-and-1. A1 misses the first free throw. B1 grabs the rebound and attempts a long try for goal. The try is unsuccessful, and the teams prepare for overtime. Before the overtime begins, the officials are notified that A1 should have received 2 free throws instead of a 1-and-1. Wow. Can you imagine this happening in your game? Right? This is a key moment of the game. And you're presented smack in the face with a rule scenario where we need to get this right. If we get this wrong, we are going to affect the outcome of the game, and that would be a disaster, right? So with just a couple of seconds remaining, player is fouled. They are awarded bonus free throws. They are given 1-and-1 erroneously. They missed the first, rebound, long try, horn, end of the period. Teams are preparing for overtime. We're preparing for overtime. The table probably says, hey, ref. That was actually the 10th team foul. It should have been Or it was actually the 10th team foul. It's our job to know that it should have been double bonus, right? So what we need to do, is this a correctable error situation, right? We have a team that did not attempt a merited free throw, which they are owed by rule. Is it within the correctable error time frame, right? Our correctable error time frame, the ball becomes live, the clock is properly started, and the ball becomes dead. It's during that dead ball period, before the ball becomes live, that we have an opportunity to correct the play. Are we within that time frame? So let's see. We gave the ball to so we made an error on the second free throw. The ball was made live on the free throw attempt, and when the free throw missed, the clock properly started. The other team grabbed the rebound, released a try. The try was unsuccessful, and the ball became dead. And has the ball yet become live again? No, it has not. So it is a correctable error. The clock did start properly. We are in the dead ball period, and we have an opportunity to correct. Perfect. Now comes the hard part. How do we proceed? Right? Their merited free throw was part of the fourth period. They are going to be awarded a free throw, their second free throw, in this instance with the lane cleared. If they are successful with the free throw attempt, the ball game is over. If they are unsuccessful, we will start overtime. What a scenario. If you think it through, you have this in your game. Holy Toledo. This is like high intensity rules, knowledge, and application. And as we talked about in the master class, we're going to potentially be dealing with high stress environments when we're making a correctable error decision. So we need to make a ruling, right? As a crew, we need to answer all of the questions. What is our ruling? Our ruling is they had a merited free throw that was not attempted. It is within the correctable error time frame. We will correct. How do we correct? This is how we're going to proceed. That player is entitled to a free throw by rule. If the free throw is successful, the ball game is over. If the free throw misses, we will move to overtime. Now, we have some communication to do. Nobody in the building understands what's going on, right? We're going to get our head coaches together. We are going to present our ruling. Our crew is going to be confident in our ruling, and we're going to move forward. If we have a PA announcer, they can help us potentially communicate with all the stakeholders in the game about exactly what's going on. But this is a high-stress environment. Right out of the bat, our first play scenario, we are high stress. And we want to be great in this scenario. Hopefully, we never have this scenario. But hopefully, if you have it, you nail it. All right. So let's look at the actual ruling for the case play. The error is discovered within the correctable error time frame and shall be corrected. The second free throw is awarded. If successful, the game is over. And if the free throw is missed, overtime is played. Great scenario to think through, both in terms of our rule knowledge about correctable errors, but also our game management skills, how we're going to do it. And what's critical in this instance is that we have the confidence as a crew when we make our ruling, present our ruling. What do we expect the team that's not getting the free throw? What do we expect the reaction of the head coach to be? Right? They are going to have all sorts of feelings. We need to be prepared for that, confident, manage our way through, and be ready to proceed, and also be ready to officiate the overtime if it goes to overtime, and not be distracted by, did we do it right? I'm not sure. Those thoughts are not going to make us better as basketball officials. So a great play scenario to start, and one that is super challenging. Let's try going to our very next play scenario. A1 is fouled with 1 second remaining in the second period. Team A is awarded a throw-in, and A1 passes the ball inbounds to A2. The horn sounds, ending the period. As the officials enter the court from the halftime intermission, the scorer informs the referee that A1 should have been awarded a 1-and-1 bonus situation, right? So another quirky play scenario, but one that emphasizes that a correctable error time frame can occur over a period of real time that is longer, right? We had a halftime intermission. The officials may have been away from the court for 8 or 9 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes, and they come back and they're presented with a scenario. This also emphasizes the fact that one of the really challenging parts of officiating correctable error scenarios is we have to recall what happened, right? Imagine the scenario. We go to the locker room, we're reviewing the first half. You have this player, we got to watch him, he's handsy, consistency of our calls. This player off the bench is a person of interest. We got to be, we're talking about the game. We're talking about many other things, right? Maybe there's a little relaxation at the end. We come out, we're going to try to re-engage with the game and be ready to go for the second half. And here's the scenario. Hey, ref, that last foul in the second period was actually the 7th team foul and should have been bonus. Oh, okay. All right. It's hard to rewind. It's hard. Well, I do remember it was sort of at that part of the court, and they were, right? And we needed, as a crew, potentially to work through what our time frame was and whether this is a correctable error situation. But that is one of the most challenging things about correctable errors is we have to recall what has occurred. We officiate in the moment as a rule, and we're not often asked to think about, okay, remember what happened 60 seconds ago, and then this other thing happened after that, and then they did this, and then they did this, and then they did this. That's not the business we're in. If we have that recall, that's great. So our crew is faced with this situation. We need to determine, are we within the correctable error time frame, right? Instead of awarding free throws, we awarded the ball for a throw-in. The ball became live. The team passed. I forget, did they take a shot? Horn sounds, end of the period. The ball became live, the clock properly started, and the ball became dead. Teams went to their benches, teams went to their locker rooms, officials grabbed their jackets, officials went to their locker rooms. Has the ball been made live? No. We come back to the court. Here's the situation, ref. 7, bonus, should have been 1-and-1, right? Who was our shooter? This would be so challenging. It would be fun. But has the ball become live since that dead ball? No, it has not. So it is a correctable error scenario. A merited free throw was not awarded. We are within the correctable time frame. We will correct by rule. We have to find that shooter. That's going to be a challenge. Maybe our book has that information. Maybe we, if we don't have it, we can go to the team and say, hey, who was that last foul on? Right at the end, we had a foul. Who got fouled? They'll help us out. Let's take a look. The error is discovered within the correctable error time frame and shall be corrected. A1 is awarded a 1-and-1 bonus situation with the lane cleared and resume play from the point of interruption, which is an alternating possession throw. Oh, did I say jump ball? Which is an alternating possession throw in to start the third period. But we would start the second half with an alternating possession throw in at the division line opposite the table. So we've had 2 scenarios. They're both really kind of obscure, but also super challenging. This one, we don't expect a lot of drama with coaches. This isn't a game-deciding decision, but it is one that we want to get correct. If you find this content to be valuable as a basketball official, now's the time to do all the things. Like, subscribe, notify, so you don't miss out on any of our new content. All right, let's take a look at the next play scenario. A1 is fouled. Team A is awarded the ball out of bounds. The foul was Team B's 7th team foul, and A1 should have been awarded a 1-and-1 bonus. Team A scores on the ensuing throw-in. As the ball passes through the net, the officials are informed of the error here. So this is sort of our basic correctable error scenario, right? And one that's a great starting point. We have a foul. It was actually the 7th foul, and merited free throws should have been awarded. A 1-and-1 bonus should be awarded. Instead, the officials get erroneous information that there's only 6. Maybe the scoreboard says 6. The scorekeeper has made a mistake previously, but now they rectify. Like maybe the visitor book says to them, hey, while the activity is going on, hey, I have 7. I have 17 fouls. We should be shooting bonus, right? The scorer doesn't have enough time to process that, right? But ultimately, the ball is inbounded when merited free throws should have been awarded. The team runs their offense, scores a basket, right? Scores a goal. Now, what do we know in terms of status? The ball has become live when the ball is at the disposal of the thrower. We need to be masters of status to help us through correctable error scenarios and to be excellent basketball officials. The ball has been made live. When the player caught the ball for the throw-in, the ball was live. They passed to a teammate. The clock properly started, right? We're going through our process for determining correctable error time frame. A shot was attempted. The try was successful. The ball becomes dead momentarily, right? By rule. Our scenario says just then, at that moment when it passes through, now our scorekeeper's figured it out. Hey, ref, right? We stop play, turn to the table. The table says, hey, ref, that was actually the 7th team foul. What are we going to do, right? Are we within the correctable time frame? Ball became live. Clock properly started. Ball became dead. Has it become live yet? No, it hasn't, because it's not yet been at the disposal of the thrower and the official beginning a count, which would make the ball live in this scenario. So it is a correctable error. We are within the time frame. Now we're going to move to correct. The error is discovered within the correctable error time frame. Score the goal by A. A1 will be awarded the bonus with no players along the lane lines. There has been a change of possession, and the point of interruption is the goal by Team A. Therefore, Team B will be awarded a throw-in anywhere along the end line. So this is a super non-intuitive result, right? They get the basket and they get the free throws, right? So it's quirky. And so again, our opposing coach, what kind of energy do we expect from our opposing coach? So this may be a scenario where we want to go to the coaches and explain how we're going to proceed, but we need to, as a crew, make a ruling in this scenario. So the error was discovered after the made basket. All activity that occurs during a situation where a merited free throw should be awarded, the clock has run, the goal is scored, all of that counts. All of that counts. We've discovered the error. We're going to correct the error. The team had merited free throws. They are going to get their free throws. Our point of interruption was the ball going through the basket. Team has an end line throw-in. Team B has an end line throw-in. A situation that is a bit non-intuitive in that they get the goal and they get free throws. That seems non-intuitive. Rules knowledge here is super helpful on a play like this, and we need to have our entire tool bag of game management and crew communication in place and be confident in our ruling. Let's move on. Next play scenario. A1 is fouled. The scorer informs the official that Team B has committed 10 team fouls and that the 2 free throw penalty is in effect. The official administers the free throw and states and indicates 2 throws. The first free throw is unsuccessful and the second is successful. B1 has the ball out of bounds for the throw-in. The scorer informs the officials that there were only 9 team fouls on Team B and that the penalty should have been 1-1. Well, that's a fine how do you do, right? So again, we're presented with a scenario, and then we need to determine, is this one of the 4 free throw related correctable errors? So the player should have only been awarded 1-1, and when they missed the first free throw, they are not entitled to a second free throw. So we administered a second free throw, so that free throw was unmerited. So this is a situation where we have an unmerited free throw attempt. In that situation, where the ball was successful, if we are notified within the correctable error time frame, we will cancel the result of that free throw. We will cancel that point. So the ball became live when the free thrower had it. They released a try, it went in. The ball became dead. Team B has the ball out of bounds for the throw-in, and then the scorer informs. So the clock hasn't even properly started. So we are definitely within the correctable error time frame. Good stuff. A simple solution in this instance, but when we're faced with it in real time, it can be a puzzler. So we're working through play scenarios here so that by the time we get on the court, we are ready to go. So our ruling on this play: the error is discovered within the correctable error time frame and shall be corrected. The second free throw is canceled and play is resumed at the point of interruption. Since no goal has been scored, I apologize. Play is resumed with an alternating possession throw-in at a spot nearest to where the ball was located when the stoppage occurred. Great point. My bad. Okay, so we have to go to our point of interruption. Logically, the game anticipates that our point of interruption is a resulting throw-in after a scored goal. But since we're canceling the scored goal, we need to go to an alternating possession resolution because there was no team control and no team would be entitled to the resulting throw-in. So something that could have tripped us up may have tripped me up right there. We would go to the point of interruption, which was the missed attempt and nobody gaining possession. Let's look at our next play scenario. A1 is fouled, but erroneously is not awarded 2 free throws, even though the automatic bonus is in effect. Team A is given a throw-in, and A1 inbounds the ball to A2, who is tied up by B1, resulting in a held ball situation. The error is discovered following the held ball call, and the possession arrow is pointing to A or to B. Okay, so now we're determining our point of interruption and whether or not a change of possession has occurred in this situation. Team should have been awarded merited free throws. Instead, they were given a throw-in. The throw-in pass was made. The clock started properly. Ball live. Clock starts. Ball becomes dead. We are informed of the correctable errors of the situation, and we recognize that we are within the time frame. It is correctable. Merited free throws were not awarded. It is within the time frame. We are going to have those free throws attempted, but what is our point of interruption? We need to know what our point of interruption is. If the point of interruption is Team B having the possession arrow and having a resulting throw-in, is that different than the possession arrow going to Team A? Let's take a look at the ruling. In A, the merited free throws will be awarded and play will continue from that action, since Team A had not lost possession between the error and when the error was recognized. However, in B, the lane is cleared for A1's merited free throws and play resumes from the point of interruption, which is an alternating possession throw-in by Team A. So that's great clarification of the rule, and we need to know whether that change of possession has occurred. In this instance, it's a little non-intuitive because we have a held ball, but we don't have the resulting throw-in. We don't have a sense that Team B has actually gained possession. So this is a little quirky and a little challenging, and one we want to get right? If we're in that tie game with 3 minutes left, this is a really critical decision. If we're in a blowout, right, maybe a little more room for error, but we want to be able to get these plays right and understand why we're getting them right. This one's a little non-intuitive and a great learning play. It's just a great situation to think through, and it reinforces our understanding of, is this a correctable error? It reinforces our perception about the time frame and evaluating the time frame for correctable. And then also, it reinforces our understanding of, has there been a change of possession, which is going to determine how we resume play after the error. Next play. A1 has been awarded 2 free throws. Erroneously, the ball is allowed to remain in play after A1 misses the first attempt. A2 rebounds the miss and tosses the ball through the basket. B1 secures the ball and inbounds it. Play continues until a foul is ruled on A2 as Team B is passing the ball in B's front court. Excellent scenario. So, erroneously, we do not award a second free throw. So we have a merited free throw that has not been attempted. Now we need to determine, so we know that it's a correctable error scenario. Is it within the time frame? That's what this situation addresses. Is it within the time frame? How do we determine the time frame? And also think through on this play specifically, how when you're presented with the information ultimately, your ability to recall exactly what has happened. Even, it might have only taken 15 seconds, but getting presented with, hey, ref, actually that should have been 2 free throws. Okay, what just happened? And rewinding the clock and analyzing all the things as we perceive them as a crew. It's challenging, and just recognize that. The first free throw, which was merited and was awarded, missed. Team got the rebound, Team A, and put the ball back in the basket. Now, what do we know? The ball became live. The clock properly started. Ball went in the basket, so the ball becomes dead momentarily. Team B collects the ball. Official properly starts their count. The ball has become live. Team dribbles the ball into the front court, and a foul occurs. We are informed, and we have to make a ruling on the play. The goal by A2 counts, but the error of not awarding A1 a second free throw is no longer correctable. Since the ball remained in play on the missed free throw, the clock started, and the ball became dead when the goal was scored. When the ball became live on the subsequent throw-in, the time period for correction had expired. Right? So a team is not awarded a merited free throw. It is a correctable error situation. We evaluate the time frame, though, and the time frame says, yes, but it's too late. The time frame has passed by rule. We need to do some coach management as they are feeling that they were, done wrong in not getting that second free throw attempt. But by rule, the correctable time frame has passed. That'd be a great bit of language to have in your tool belt. Coach, by rule, our correctable error period had passed. We cannot correct by rule. All right, let's move forward. A1 is fouled by B1 while in the act of shooting, and the try or tap is successful. The administering official erroneously awards and announces 2 free throws instead of 1. A1's first attempt is unsuccessful, and B1 rebounds. Play continues briefly with B1 advancing the ball before the official recognizes the error and stops play. Since A1 had attempted the merited free throw he or she was entitled to, there is no further correction to be made. Play shall resume with a throw in by Team B at the out-of-bounds spot nearest to where play was interrupted. So a great reminder that, okay, we get information, either a head coach goes to the table and requests a timeout to review, or our table simply informs us that, hey ref, this situation occurred. We make a ruling. We say, is this a correctable error situation? And is the time frame for correction still in place? If that's true, we can correct, but if it's not, we simply go to the point of interruption, which in this case is a simple sideline throw-in. Let's look at another play scenario. The officials erroneously permit A1 to shoot technical foul free throws at Team B's basket. A1 makes both free throws. When the error is discovered, the time frame for the correctable error, A, has not passed, or B, has passed. That's pretty straightforward, right? We have merited free throws, right? Merited, unmerited. Wrong player attempts at the wrong basket. One of those scenarios. We have a player that has attempted at the wrong basket. We will correct that by having the player shoot at the correct basket. Our time frame options, though, are correctable error time frame has passed or not passed. If it has passed, pretty straightforward. Coach, correctable error time frame has passed by rule. No correction can be made. So those points that were attempted at the wrong basket will stand. If the correctable error time frame has not passed, then we'd simply attempt the technical foul free throws at the correct basket. Straightforward. In A, cancel the successful free throws by A1 and administer the free throws again at the correct basket. In B, the free throws by A1 shall not be canceled and count towards Team A's point total. For a simple scenario, what's our takeaway? Have them shoot at the right basket. Not a great effort in the second half of the show there, but here's what we do. We analyze our game video. We look at how the show went. We analyze, I needed to do that, I needed to do that, I needed to do that. Improve this. Take that into the next stream. Game plan, just like analyzing your game video, right? It's iterative. We're getting better each time. Doing a great job. He's trying, right? He's trying, and we're getting better. And that's really, at the end of the day, what it's all about. What can we do, right? We go out on the court, we execute, we learn, we screw things up. We don't screw those up in the future, we get better. Same thing applies to this scenario as well. Hey, if you find value in content like this, now would be a great time to do all the things. Hit like, subscribe, notify, so you don't miss out on any of our new content, including our live streams every Wednesday and Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific and 10 a.m. Eastern. But if you hit like, it really helps us with the YouTube algorithm, gets the video out in front of more officials so that we can all get better together. Have to give a shout out to our fantastic show supporters, Michael Connors, Les O'Connor, Fred Thompson, Paul Clay, and Darwin Sonata. Much appreciated and much love. If you want to buy us a coffee, there will be a link in the show notes and a link above at abetterofficial.com/coffee. We have the other videos in the series, our Correctable Error series here, available for you. Check those out, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.